Hi there. Today I wanted to just have a quick chat about the truth of root cause fertility because it's something that a lot of people don't truly understand. And so, therefore, when we're talking about how it's useful for addressing the bigger picture and how we can make lasting fertility change in this way, it's useful to just kind of go back a step and really get into the nitty gritty of what all of this is. So, when it comes to fertility, there's so much focus that is on the numbers, your blood tests essentially. So, that's like AMH levels, follicle counts, the hormone ratios. And the numbers kind of matter because they give us an indication of what's going on at this surface level, but they're only a snapshot of what's going on. And they don't tell us the full story of why these numbers are doing what they're doing. So today what I want to do is to share why addressing the bigger picture, your entire health as a body, not just your fertility metrics, is the key to creating real lasting change in your journey to becoming a parent, ultimately. So the conventional Western fertility approach has this really narrow lens. And that has a lot of strengths because it allows us to get into so much detail about what's happening in a specific area of your body. It can be really useful. I'm not against Western approaches. I blend Western and Eastern together because I think that each has like really good things that they can offer, but at the same time, each has a failing. So most women that I work with, they've been through the conventional fertility journey, all of the endless tests, the medications, injecting yourself, IVF cycles. Often the focus at this point is on the symptoms up here because that's what you're dealing with. So if you've got a low MH, you're running out of eggs. If you miscarriages, it's just bad luck, unexplained infertility. Try harder or go for donor eggs. We don't really know. A bit of a lazy explanation for what's happening, isn't it? What's missing there is the why. Why is your AMH low? Why are you experiencing these recurrent miscarriages? And why hasn't IVF worked when everything seems normal? Because it's clearly not, is it? If things aren't working. And without understanding the why, the solutions offered, they're just these band-aids stuck on the top, and they cover up the problem for now, but they don't address what's going on, so they keep coming back. So if we're looking at what the root cause approach is, if we kind of flip the script a little bit to what I was just talking about, and we step back and we ask, what is it that your body is telling us? And then what does it need to thrive? So let's just break this down into a few key areas. And these are the ones that I always go over. They're not by any stretch of the imagination the be all and end all, but they are things that people tend to cover in just generic fertility advice. And so I find it useful to bring it back to the root cause level. So if you're looking at inflammation and hormone imbalances, chronic inflammation and imbalances in your hormones, like progesterone, cortisol from stress, they silently disrupt your fertility. It sets off this chain of events that develops a whole new strand of hormones, which means that the energy, the bandwidth that's for the fertility ones is not present anymore. So they don't get produced at the same level to the same quality. So all of this stuff, it's not generally visible on the surface level. It's not like, say, inflammation or you've cut your finger and you can see it. It's things that's going on internally. But they have a profound impact on your body's ability to conceive and to sustain a natural pregnancy. Then you've got your lifestyle that's layered on top of this and nutritional factors, what's going in, what's coming out. And your body is constantly influenced by what you put into it and how you treat it. So things then like poor circulation, lack of the right nutrients, the stress that we all have in everyday environments, and that's the emotional stress. There's 3 types of stress. That's less than ideal for your fertility. Any type of stress is less than ideal for fertility, not just the one that we're aware of. And these are things that can actively address when we're looking at this root cause level. Then we've got your emotional and your mental well-being kind of interlinked and layered on top of that. And that's the part that no one really talks about that much, to be honest. It's not as prevalent. People will just say, oh, relax. It's not that simple, is it? Because stress, grief, emotional trauma, they all impact fertility. Not because it's all in your head. It isn't all in your head, but because your mind and your body are deeply connected. We're one body, we're one person moving around, and our mind is part of that body. So when we support one, we support the other and we see improvements in the other. And that works the other way around as well. When you support your body, your mind, if you are in your maximum health, how much energy have you got? You've got a lot. How good do you feel in yourself mentally at that point? You feel good. So one supports the other. It's not just, oh, support your mind and then it supports your body. We are one system that's working towards fertility. And so what makes root cause fertility so effective? Root cause fertility doesn't just, like Western medicine, focus on this one piece of the puzzle. It looks at all the pieces, all the interconnectedness that makes us a human being. And then when we take that approach, we see patterns that other ones have missed because they're just looking at this bit here. So, for example, that low AMH, that could be linked to chronic inflammation. It could be linked to nutrient deficiencies or any number of other elements in the way that they all interplay together as well. Those miscarriages, they could be because of blood flow issues. They could also be because of immune response. And unexplained fertility might not be unexplained at all. I mean, how about that? So it might just be that you need the right lens to see the full picture and to understand what's going on. This isn't about chasing quick fixes. It's about creating the conditions where your body can do what it was designed to do. And we can do that when we know what's happening. Because when we know what's happening, then we can build a stepwise approach to improve everything in that proven framework that we know works because we've been doing it for over a decade with hundreds of women. Here's something that I often only share with my actual clients. Fertility or infertility, whichever way you want to look at it, is a signal. It's a reflection of your overall health and your overall well-being. So when your body feels safe, when it feels nourished and supported, then fertility follows. That's your actual fertility bandwidth, because there's enough energy to grow a baby because everything else is running optimally. So this doesn't mean that you need to be perfect. I mean, far from it. Who wants to live a life being perfect? It's boring, isn't it? And we've got to enjoy our life. But it means that we can find and we can address those barriers that have been holding you back in the past. So this matters to you if you're dealing with all of this, because you've been feeling stuck, no doubt, like so many of my ladies feel. And you've probably been feeling like everything that you've tried isn't working. This could be the missing piece for you. Because by shifting our focus from the numbers to the why, we're opening up countless possibilities that often feel out of reach in conventional care, often are out of reach in conventional care if we're being honest. But what we do is we create this stepwise plan that's not just about achieving pregnancy, but it's about sustaining it, because that's the ultimate game, isn't it? We want you to have a child in your family, not just get pregnant. So if this resonates with you, then honestly, it's time to start looking at your fertility through a different lens. So it's time for you to ask yourself, have I been chasing symptoms without really understanding the cause? Do I feel like my body's trying to tell me something and I've been missing it? And am I ready to approach my fertility in a way that looks at the bigger picture, and that bigger picture being you as a person? So if the answer is yes, then this is your moment to take that first step. So let's explore what your body is truly capable of. when it's given the support that it needs, that it's asking for by the nature of the symptoms. They're the questions that it's asking you to answer. I look forward to hearing from you.